So much stuff, literally so much stuff came out last night. I woke up this morning like, what in the world is all of this? What is happening, right? There's so much. So we're going to cover what we can, and I hope you guys enjoy. Hit that subscribe if you're new for more content. I will have a bunch of content that I haven't uploaded over the course of the last, like, almost 2 weeks now that I've been gone. Kind of going up, so like summons and stuff like that for Rose and all those guys. And just content, man. So stay tuned for that. And also I have summons for Tapion and Bardock as well. Not a band I really recommend summoning on per se, but I'm going to be doing it anyway, so hypocrite me, I guess. Anyways, so if you're wondering where I've been, I'm not really going to talk about that here in this video, but over the weekend, this is actually my birthday weekend, so getting access to my channel again has been pretty nice considering, right? Over the weekend, though, I will be putting out a video where I talk about kind of what happened. So stay tuned for that. Just know I'm back, and I'm back to stay, it looks like. Anyways, I don't have any other scares, at least for about a month until next year. So we'll see how all that shakes down. All right, update 2.0. The update that features several things like Zenkai Awakens, Co-op, guilds, and also has access to none other than did I mention everything? I'm just trying to play it off. Beerus is LF. That's not what I meant to say, but I'm playing it off. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. The battle system change. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. All right, so the first thing that they mentioned is Hyperdimensional Co-op. So I'm not going to be doing gameplay with, like, co-op or guilds. Or, like, I'm not going to, well, guild isn't really, you know what I'm saying. I'm not going to do that stuff in this video because if I don't kind of quicken the pace up, the video is going to be like a 30, 45 minute, hour-long video, and I don't want to do that. But by the way, it might still be about 20 minutes, so make sure you get your snacks, whatever you need, so you can kind of listen through. Maybe you throw me on in a podcast in a car, you know what I'm saying, like podcast format. Anyway, so Hyperdimensional Co-op. So this is where you and a buddy take on a boss. And long story short, you have a bench of 10 characters. The bench's Z abilities do apply to the one character you'll be taking into battle. So let's go ahead and take a look at what they're talking about here. So as you see, with the power of 10 support members, your battle member becomes even stronger, right? So I'd say it's actually going to be really smart to have access to double Z abilities are always going to be good, like that Tora in the image at 5-star, really good. Even doubles like the Super Saiyans in the image there, but also HP boosters like Raditz to be probably really, really good because you want to live as long as you can, especially with the way that this mechanic works, right? So the enemies have access to shields. So as you hit them, their shield will decrease, and when it is down, that's when you have the opportunity to do the most damage. So that's pretty normal stuff for games with raid systems. You guys know that if you've played any, right? So there's a buddy link system. Create a link by dealing damage to the boss with arts cards. The link is increased when either player's damage to the boss, whenever they do damage to the boss. However, if no damage is dealt for a certain period of time, the link ends. All right, and you also have taunt and assist skills to basically cover your allies by shifting the focus off of them to you, pretty much. So we go ahead and take a look down here. They talk about dual impact attacks. Those are a thing. We also do have some examples of Rising Rush down here, how that works. When you and your buddy use Rising Rush in Hyperdimensional Co-op, both you and your buddy will select cards. If even one of the wager cards is different from the boss's card, it is a success. If both players pick the same cards, it will become a huge success, right? You see how that works? If the Rising Rush... Okay, so here's the example. You get a perfect if you choose the same card. I'm assuming that just means more damage. If you choose 1 and 1, you get a success, even if the enemy guesses you. The only way it actually fails is if you both choose the same card and you get guessed. So there's a risk to choosing the same card. Your damage could be really high. That was a video error there, forgive me. But regardless, so yeah. Why is this tripping? Stop tripping, please. If you win, you can earn limited time rewards, bonus rewards, battle points, and more. Limited time rewards can only be obtained a certain amount of times per day. You'll also earn battle points when you clear a battle if you are affiliated with a guild. So that kind of dips into the guild requirement. And there are some requirements, like you need to be at a certain story and story chapter in story. So you guys need to be playing story if you haven't been. So guilds, this is like what's the word for this? Like a clan, things like that. A lot of games that have this type of stuff. It's not really anything new in particular, but it's new to this game. So basically, you can build a team of you and however many people, and it's up to 30, and you guys can be a part of a group together, right? So I at some point I'll be doing my own. I don't know when, but soon. I also don't know the requirements to join, but I'll let you guys know in a future video. Adjustments to long-range waiting and more in battle version 2.0, or 2.1, excuse me. There is a change to battle versions now. It's not as big of a change as battle version 1 to 2 was, but this will still really impact the game. They put a heavy emphasis on two things: tackling and stopping passive gameplay. So for the first skill, previously players could attack or avoid tackles by dashing backwards. You know, you can swipe backwards. If you see them in like a tackle animation or whatever, you can just get out of it. However, this caused players to continually wait at long range, resulting in unnecessarily long battles. In order to help battles progress, we have made adjustments so now tackle reaches opponents even at long range. So you can no longer back out of tackles. In fact, back floating is probably the worst thing you can do in the game at this point, especially back floating to long range, because when you get to long range and you by then go to max range, you start losing your vanish and also key now. So the vanish was already a thing, but most people found out how to avoid getting to maximum distance, but now it's not good. So if they're going to tackle you, you basically can use an arts card. So now tackle also beats tap attacks. With the increased range on tackle to avoid exchanges often ending in a draw with players countering tackles with tap attacks, we have made it so that tackles will beat tap attacks. You know how basically you were able to get the interaction where you guys would just kind of do the fist punch because you both went for it's pretty much a tap art in a capacity, right? Because tackle is still a tap art. You just do it from a specific range and it changes what you're doing. That seems like it's not going to be a thing anymore. And even if it is, if you're in close range or close to medium range, you know, the required range for tackle. If they try to, like, if you're going for a tackle and they try to dash in and tap punch you, which was a way to cancel that too, instead of backing out, they're going to lose that. They're not going to get priority on that. That's not going to work. All right, so strike arts will no longer lose to tackles. Well, they won't at all. They never really did, unless it was right before you got hit, and that's not a thing anymore. Even if you activate a strike art at the very last millisecond, apparently, it will still get priority over a tackle. So that's how they're kind of alleviating the need to at least have some capacity of defense. Because, back floating was important because it was a form of defense, right? That's pretty much what they're saying here. And you have to use your arts cards wisely in that regard if you see they're going for a tackle. The good news is if they're trying to tackle you and they're, you're at long range, whatever, right, at a further distance, you have time to decide what you're going to do. The blast arts, though, are still going to be really bad versus tackle. They're just too slow of an animation to get priority. Whereas strike gets incredibly favorable treatment here by being allowed to always get priority even if you activate it at the very last second. Think how Namek Goku's blue card counter works. You could activate that at the last hair of a second. I mean, if they're throwing a blast arts at you, the blast art is literally, you can't even quantify how close it is, right? How long it would take to get to you without getting into extreme mathematics, I guess. It's literally touching you and you can still activate it, right? The blue card counter, right? That seems like that's maybe not to that extreme. That seems maybe like that's what's happening here. All right, so in Battle Version 1, sidestepping ran rampant. They decided at some point, without implementing Battle Version 2, they'd pretty much kind of nerf it, and they did that. There were different, in the first few months of the game, there are different variations on sidestep, what we know as sidestep, and they've nerfed it. And then in Battle Version 2, they didn't really take it away. They talk about it. But what they did do was prolonged combos. They implemented what's called combo compensation. So now for longer combos, you do less damage. But the reason why a lot of players, including the tippy top players, didn't stop sidestepping was because the benefits outweighed the negatives. And what I mean by that is you still got access to the shorter timer counts. You could literally, and I mentioned this in a ton of videos, you can literally start a combo with your characters on the bench, you know, your other two fighters or whatever, being like, I don't know, 8, 10 counts away from coming back in. And by the time your combo is finished, they are able to be subbed in again, basically. That was the benefit, because switching and vanishing, it was a rinse-repeat type of deal. They mentioned that specifically here. Threading tackles in between arts cards made it easier to chain and extend combos. So, you know, charge, tackle. So you dash for a little bit, charge, tackle. You see me do that in my videos. And there also was a newer implementation that started getting a lot of popularity. In fact, over the last like 2 months, where people would dash to the side first and then dash forward, and then they're at medium range, they can go for a tackle, and then after the tackle, go for an arts card. Those things allowed for so much time off the clock. Yeah, so that's what they're talking about here. Basically manipulating tackles between arts cards. Due to this, the amount of time we're unable to act, the amount of time players were unable to act while being attacked with a combo increased, and the attacking player could wait longer for the sub count to decrease. To help deal with this, we have made the disadvantage of dealing lower damage with no longer combos more equal to the benefit of running substitution timer counts down. So they didn't change the ability to do it, because if they were to change that, they just have to completely stop the battle, like the way tackles work, but you do far less damage. So their mindset is, if they make you do less damage, obviously it's going to disincentivize or de-incentivize your ability to, or your want to do that, right? But if you really need to go for it, you can, because I'm sure they recognize the benefit to it, obviously. If you need to, you can. You'll just do less damage. Prevention of key and vanish gauge recovery while moving backwards and during back steps. Any way of you, any form of you backing up now drains your vanish alongside key. Yeah. Okay, so a lot of people have dubbed this the nerfing, quote-unquote, of Namek Goku. I'm just going to say that's not the only way to play him. He can play good from close to medium range, too. He's got a Vanish that allows him to restore Ki. He's also got a green card that allows him to dictate a matchup while also restoring his Vanish meter anyway. He also all-encompassing counter, pretty much. But the biggest change to how you can deal with him is the tackle range. The tackle range is the biggest thing in this. Not anything about backfloating. People do that, but you don't have to play that way with that guy. A lot of top-tier players didn't really backfloat that much. But the tackle distance, because he can't counter tackles, and you can no longer back out of tackles. Like, that type of stuff is going to make it really interesting to play against that guy. All right, and then also there's penalties for retreating at long range. We talk about that a little bit. In order to discourage passive gameplay where players would just wait until until the other acted, we have made adjustments to prevent key and vanish recovery while moving backwards. And then also, if you get to maximum distance, you lose vanish gauge and key. So what this one is that if you're backing up, like you're backing out, you're not going to recover those things pretty much. And then if you get to max distance, you start losing those things. That's crazy, bro. They're basically forcing you to play in neutral. So for me personally, this is going to heavily impact the way I play, because I was somebody that liked to be reactionary. It's unfortunate that they don't want me to play passive. And I didn't play super passive like some of these guys out here that literally didn't do anything at all. But I did play that way because that was the way I was most comfortable playing. It had nothing to do with, you know, trying to get any advantages or anything. It was the way I was comfortable playing the game, right? I felt not smart. I felt safe. I felt like I could react in time to do what I want. Like, I felt like I was good there. I could play in neutral, but I didn't like it. I didn't like playing neutral, and I definitely don't like being aggressive. That's not my play style. But they're going to force everybody to play neutral and aggressive, pretty much. And I get it for the health of the game and how quick PvP matches can be now. I get the benefit to it. So these characters no longer have their unique abilities locked until they class up. That's a non-story. Like, nobody cares about that. Certain character arts behaviors have changed. There were some times, and this would mainly happen in story mode. I don't know if they saw Gogeta or what, but a lot of times, like when you fought Super Gogeta, the computer would go from an ultimate into directly a special move afterwards, before the animation even finished, basically. And there were other characters that can do that. Like I'm assuming this is Red Namek Super Saiyan Goku. He could do it after doing a special move. No, he can go into ultimate then special move afterwards. I think I saw that. Frieza, Final Form Frieza, could for some reason chain special moves, which is nuts. And yeah, stuff like that. And then they also mentioned Frost's ability getting buffed to where it works versus strikes and stuff. And also, this is important, adjustments have been made to the unlock cost and the critical rate boost upon reaching powerful class for characters who do not have ultimate skills. So I'm assuming that means that they get to unlock that board and stuff like that. They use less souls, I'm assuming, the powerful class. But either way, the characters that don't have ultimates have a higher crit rate. That's pretty interesting. Now, that's not crit damage, but Super Saiyans are going to be able to abuse that because they have a crit damage buffer in Bardock. Super Saiyan Bardock, specifically. Going back over here, we're almost done, though, so thank you for tuning in. There's just a bunch of other content, and I'll kind of, like, as far as, like, summons and stuff, I'll talk about, too. Okay, so here we go back down, and this is the next big thing, Zheng Kai Awakening. So Zheng Kai Awakening is it's really interesting. So I noticed upon logging in, and I'll show you guys actually a brief example, in fact, that my stars had changed. They changed what you need to get specific stars on characters. The reason why is because there's now quote-unquote 14 stars or red 1 through 7 stars, whatever you want to say. As you see between my Goku and Vegeta there, they've got a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow. So here's an example. This Gogeta pre-maintenance was 5 star, but he had like a couple of dupes in him, I believe. And that pushed him to being 7 star. 7! Right? That's pretty crazy. Same type of deal here. I'm pretty sure this Vegeta was maybe like one dupe away from 6 star. You could tell by how much Z power I had, because 3000 Z power was 5 star. This guy was like in the middle, right? So that's another thing they changed. 3000 was 5 star initially. All your 5 stars pretty much got bumped to 7 star, but that's okay because there's a whole other row of stars now, right? And then you have characters that were like 6 star barely, or like 6 star almost 7, because a couple of dupes away from 7 that are gonna be in that red like 3, 4, 5, 6 level area. This Beerus was 6 star. I had just pulled 6 star on him, I believe. And here we go. So that's how he looks now, right? And the characters that were fully already 7 star pre, like they were yellow 7 star, are now red yellow 7 star now. Wait, can you hold? I was gonna say, can you hold more? Hello, because it was like fluctuating a little bit. Yeah, so the characters that were already maxed out, that changed. So there's gonna be a wide array of stars now that you're going to see on these characters, right? So just remember that, because that's important for this part of things. I want to look at Beerus' LF thing, but we'll get to that in a minute. All right, so Zheng Kai Awakening. So you can now further increase your character strength with Zheng Kai Awakenings after collecting 3000 of their Z power. So 3000 is 5 star natural. But, again, you're going to be closer to, like, 7-ish, 6-ish. I don't know. They changed how much you need. Applicable characters who already have 3000 or more Z power will be able to Zheng Kai Awaken. So, yeah, the ones that were already there, like, I have all these guys already past that threshold. They're able to Zheng Kai Awaken. With this update, Zheng Kai Awakening will be made available for the following characters. These are the only 3 characters in the game that can Zheng Kai Awaken. And oh my god, are these changes disgusting. Like, this is some next level stuff. Like, hold on, let me show you this. So, when you undo Zheng Kai Awakening, not only do they change, but they pick up Zheng Kai abilities, right? This is crazy. And this actually gets a lot better, right? We take a look here, check limit status. Look at how this Goku is completely built out. There are other changes to the unit here, like 100% to special move arts power. Like, this is how they're going to be buffing these characters going forward. Like, look at all this nonsense, right? Minus 100% to sustain cut for 5 counts upon activation. And we come over here. Main ability now no longer just draws a card. It also gives him damage bonuses, cancels attribute downgrades. The Zheng Kai ability is insanely powerful when it's completely boosted. And it mentions Red and Saiyan. So, that, like, Rose should be able to benefit from this, for example. He's a Red Saiyan. Like, it says allies of characters that are both of those. Like, it doesn't say specifically this Goku. That's, if that works out, I'm thinking that's crazy. And not only that, the uniques get better, right? But they pick up more freaking uniques. They don't only get, like, that. They get more. What is all this stuff, bro? What? Why? Why is it 80% to ultimate damage? What the hell, bro? These Zenkai Awakened characters are like the best damn characters in the game. Completely boosted. Now, the downside of that is you have to use a ton of material to do this, right? And there are going to be some of you guys that are kind of in between where like you can only Zheng Kai Awaken like the first few boards or whatever, so you're not going to get all the abilities. But that stuff is insanity. Look at this beforehand. This is insanity. The change is crazy, right? And Broly, same type of deal. Beerus, same type of deal. Like, holy shit. And also, Beerus being a Legends Limited character, this is low-key really, really, honestly, pretty unfortunate. Like, even for me, because I don't even have him maxed out. Like, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. These buffs, Beerus did get buffed quite a bit. But this is not great for the people that can't do this, right? This isn't great. What the hell, bro? 35, 40%. That's crazy. So Zheng Kai Awakening is going to probably be the new balance change that they do in the game. They're probably like never going to really do balance changes again, the regular way. I can't say I like this, but holy crap, is the payoff good. That Red Goku is like the most, he's going to be like the best, most common character you see now. His buffs are insane. Not only that, the stat boost is insane. That character is disgusting. Like, bro, why does he have like 4 uniques? Why do they pick up uniques and then also get updates on everything else they do? It doesn't make sense. All right, we've received players' feedback that the required amount of Z power for limit breaking to 4-star and onwards was too high, making it difficult to limit break characters. What? I mean, this is true. Nobody liked between 5 and 6. It was stupid. I always hated it. It was like, oh, I got to pull the guy 5 more times to get him to 6-star. Oh, I got to pull him 7 more times. These are probably not accurate numbers. A bunch more times to get him 7-star. So I don't disagree with that. But holy crap, that doesn't mean you add a whole second layer of stars. We will not be changing the amount of Z power required to upgrade Z abilities, but we have increased the amount of limit breaks levels that the status increases and benefits will be acquired more frequently. Okay, so I'll get back to that because I kind of left this area. I kind of just jumped. There's 7 levels of Awakening. As you collect certain amounts of Awakening Z power, Awakening boost panels will be unlocked. Your party will benefit too, as certain levels of Zenkai Awakening will unlock Zenkai abilities which strengthen your whole party. Oh my god, is that a... Hold on, does it count as a Z ability too? Is that what that is? They don't even have to go into battle? It works from the bench? Are you kidding me? Do they work from the freaking bench? Hold on. Do they work from the freaking bench, bro? Oh, I can't see it here because I need to boost them. Do they work from the bench? Do they get stacking buffs from the bench? 40% to like all those stats is insane, bro. That is insane. Holy crap. This cannot be good. It's good, but it's not good. This is insanity. Aside from status increases, there are various benefits to unlocking the panels, yada yada. And they talk about the levels here. These are the benefits you get from pretty much having level 1 Zenkai Awakenings, the different stars you get, right? The different red stars, pretty much. These are the bonuses you get. I'm assuming that's what this means. Benefits of Zenkai Awakening. Certain benefits can be acquired after unlocking an Awakening Z panel. Yeah. So you get these from the panels. All right. So there's also missions to obtain Z power. So this is something I think a lot of people are going to miss. Sorry, the video is getting longer than I thought. This would have been an hour-long video if I did actual gameplay. Special missions for each character who can be Zenkai Awakened. Clear these, to obtain up to 1,000 of their Z power. Ooh, that's pretty good. These missions will now be available for other characters when their Zenkai Awakenings are released. Who are you excited about seeing Zenkai Awaken? We're also planning to implement special summons which drop Awakening Z power. Oh, great. Yeah, this is going to be heavily monetized. Now, they have free... Oh, man, excuse me. They have free Zenkai power, but it's going to be monetized. They just said they're going to put it on summons, right? And they just implemented that multi-Z power thing, which is completely crap if you only get 30. There was a smaller one that was 30, and there was like a bigger one that was 100. Let's go to the missions really quick. I need to see this firsthand, bro. I need to see this firsthand. I need to see it firsthand. Huge update missions. Okay, they added tickets. That's cool. And there's actually a lot more to talk about when it comes to tickets. Oh, give me that Goku, please. I need that Goku in my life. Here we go. Zenkai Awakening stuff. Oh, crap. You do actually get some stuffs. Wait, it should refresh. Ooh, Are you going to refresh? No refresh. Oh, battle using the characters. You get more, but you've got to do different things. Oh, I see. But nobody will be able to do the first one if they didn't have Marty 7-star, which completely defeats the purpose. Anyways, so pre 7-star, I mean pre red stars or whatever, limit breaking really wasn't that big of a deal. I know it's weird to say, right? But like people didn't really understand how this worked. They just looked at it. Oh, you have a bunch of 7-star units. Your units are too good. I don't want to play you. I'm free to play. Meh. It didn't matter, right? If you see here, the 1 through 7-star changes, right? You can see on the left-hand side the numbers and all that stuff. This is how it worked. So at 1 star, you got a 5% stat increase. 2 star, same deal, right? 3 star, you get your your second Z ability. 5 star, you get your next Z ability. You only picked up stat increases a few times in between. It was minuscule, 5%. The real change, like for example, a 4 and a 5-star unit. There's no difference there really. The only change is a little bit stronger Z ability. Now, it could be a lot stronger by picking up an extra stat or whatever, but that's not that big of a deal, right? 2-star to 4-star. It really isn't that big of a difference. When you start getting like 2-star to 5-star, maybe then, right? Because you're picking up multiple Z abilities, you have to think. And then also a couple of stat increases. Like, at that point, then 2-star to 7-star, it actually matters. But like, if you're all kind of in the median area, it doesn't matter that much. But now, look at how things are on the right side. You get a stat increase pretty much every limit break, right? And also you get Z abilities, and then you go to the red stars, and they all are stat increases. Holy shit, right? Holy shit. New class Godly, which allows for the cap to be raised to 5,000. PvP matches will remain at 3,000 until February. So you have plenty of time to raise your characters. Yeah, level raised to 5,000 is only going to be relevant for PvE content. Now we see why those Beerus, like those stages were really hard that have been coming out recently. Legends limited character God of Destruction Beerus will now be given a newly implemented legendary finish alongside the version update. I did not see that in his list of things. It didn't say legendary finish. Maybe I missed it. We'll go back. Adjustment to experience acquired from story battles. Until now, characters in your party who did not participate receive 10%. And now that's raised to 50. That's really good. It makes skip tickets very valuable. Friend list limit increased. Reduced memory usage in battles in preparation for addition of improvements in battle animation in the future. Added the amount of memory used during battles, yada yada. It's about data being downloaded and stuff. Fixes to lag in PvP. Oh, we've decreased the amount of data sent and received in battles at an attempt to further optimize online behaviors. I'm going to screen cap that. That's a good one. Interesting. So they're fixing lag. They're trying to. Also, changes to matchmaking. We've made adjustments to matchmaking so that players will have less chance of being matched with an opponent who has a slow connection. Interesting. And they say also, unfortunately, it could mean it takes a little longer to get a match, which is fair. That's a fair trade-off. The equip conditions have changed for the survival game, I guess. Can only be equipped on God of Beerus. Like, wasn't that the case beforehand? Oh, no, it was Green Beerus, I think. I think it said Green Beerus. Anyways, other bugs were fixed. The Awakened family kind of was deactivated for this battle if the equipped character was switched to standby. Oh, I didn't even know that. I did not know that. And they gave some compensation. All right, and finally, yeah, since release, we have been continuously updating the game, listening to players' feedback as we go, and are proud to have managed to release version 2 to you all. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you who have supported us along the way, planning a whole bunch of new campaigns to show appreciation. Let's take a look at the campaign. So we're getting close to the wrap. Chrono Crystals daily up to 500. So there's that. Now this one is actually important. This update. So, well, not this part, but there's a login bonus. Huge update and 1.5 year anniversary on Legends. So for the 1.5, they implemented all this stuff. So log in to get these rewards. There's also missions for these rewards too. Also, they did add in a mission reward to get more rosé stuff. Game adjustments. Added even more efficient training areas. They added Beerus' Planet and Pizza as a training item. 7-star stages to bonus battles, which have been bugged. They're bugged with skip tickets right now. Adjusted bonus battle job requests. All right. And then they also added level 5,000. That is not all, though. That's not everything. There's a new banner. There's a new sale. And there's another new sale down there. This is where we need to kind of like key in on the last little part of this. Yeah, this is it. So, I'm sorry it took 30 minutes to get here. But, to celebrate the huge update, and thank you for your awesome support, we're holding the Legends Update Celebration Summon. 1 sparking guaranteed when you use Chrono Crystals to play the consecutive summon. That's not what I meant. Here it is. Free summon ticket. For every 1,000 Chrono Crystals you used in summons from the release of the game until the 31st of October, you will receive 1 update celebration ticket. Check your gift box after login. Just going to say, because people have been wondering, I got over 1,000 of those because I spent a lot of money. For every 1,000 crystals you used in summons specifically, since the release of the game until the 31st of October, which, by the way, obviously that was over a month ago now. There is some time in between, Rosé's banner and stuff. Like, that'll be implemented and accounted for the next time they do this. It might be another year and a half, but the next time they do this, the stuff you're doing now will be accounted for. You get one ticket per, right? So there's that. Also, there's some more stuff down here. We don't really care much about that. These are the characters that are on the ticket banner. And yeah, so that is something that Dokkan Battle has done several times, and I'm really happy that Legends is implementing it. So here's a look at the banner. Where's that? Here it is. I haven't actually claimed mine, just for the record. There's a ton of characters, and of course, the new characters that are getting their Zheng Kai Awakenings are also on the banner, except for Beerus, it looks like. Come on, you gotta put Beerus on the banner. You gotta put Beerus on the banner. They didn't do it. I understand why. I mean, he's Legends Limited. Oh, wow, they put Beerus at the end. Wrong Beerus. I understand why, but still. So there you have it. That is everything. Yeah, stay tuned for more. If you enjoyed, hit that thumbs up. If it was helpful, hit that thumbs up, of course. And let me know what you think. I'll catch all of you guys in the next